Hello, I'm Melissa, and this is going to be a shipping video slash what is in the mystery holiday packs that I've been sending out. If you don't know, I've been selling on eBay for over 20 years. My husband opened up our account 25 years ago. eBay reminds me every time I call them, and lately, unfortunately, for the buyers, not for me, I've been doing a good job, eBay says, but the buyers have been struggling on some fronts. They remind me, 25 years. So I figured for those who are wondering what is in the holiday bundles that I've been selling, full of shipping supplies that I actually use and test and love. I do this every year. I do them about quarterly because it takes a lot of time. I have 5 or 6 and that's it. They are $55 and that is including shipping, which usually costs me anywhere from like $8 to $12. So I eat that cost. I built that cost in. This one is headed to Jennifer, and Jennifer requested no holiday cards. So if you don't request, I ask if you want holiday cards, faith-based, non-faith-based. She said no faith-based. So I threw in some extra stickers for Jennifer and her son, Bo. So here is what is all included. Now, when you go to my website, which is bloominclothing.com, which is in the description of every YouTube video probably I've ever made, it gives you kind of a list, a basic list with some surprises thrown in. So you get 45 sheets of tissue paper, and you are guaranteed 10 of the new print by Jilson Roberts, Gingerbread Dreams, which is like this cotton candy, really pretty, scenic, outdoor gingerbread print with some snowmen. So Bear folds them, my husband folds them in packs of 5. Then we have, I don't know what Jilson Roberts calls this one. I'm going to call it the 12 Days of Christmas. It has a teal base, and all of these have, do all of them? Yes, all of them have gold accents. We picked the ones that had a little bit of gold because I love them best, and I figured you might like them as well. And this one is really pretty. So 10 of those. This one, crowd favorite, the Scandinavian print, I believe they call this. It is red and white with the shimmering gold. Deer, doves, acorn, pine, little swirls, and again, 10 of those. New again for this year is, I forget what this is called, peppermint, merry mint, something mint. And it has kind of where you could use it for Valentine's Day. And again, yes, a lot of these are holiday themed, but you could use them for Valentine's Day too, a lot of them. And this one you could definitely use into February, I feel. So this one has the gold base and then red and white. And then the other 5 are mystery prints. This pack happened, I just happened to open Jennifer. She was the last one who got packaged. 4 of the Ho 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 Jingle Bells and 1 sheet of the tartan plaid. Then everybody, and again, everybody got the mystery 5. It just might not be that specific 5. Everybody gets a good size of wrapping paper. Yes. And again, you can use these year round. And you both, yeah, everybody knows. I was going to say you both know, like I was talking to my wrapping paper. You know that I have a ton of this. So got a good size. Then everybody got 5 of the gold bubble mailers. Very gold, very shimmery. Lots of stickers. I put 75. There's way more stickers than this. And they are all wintry themed. some gnomes, some reindeer, baby it's cold outside, some red trucks, some snowmen. It's gonna be really hard to show you them, but there's like, I don't know, 8 different kinds. And then again, Jennifer, and some snowflakes. Jennifer opted not to get the holiday cards, so I gave her some extra stickers. Then, just because I had a bunch of these, everybody gets one. I don't know what you're going to do with it. You fill it with something small. One of those, either in red or green. Everybody gets 3 things of ribbon. Jennifer happened to get the red Merry Christmas, a solid green polyester. It's like a woven. And then every person gets a thing of twine. She is getting the green and white. There is red and white, and there is red, green, and white. Everybody gets one of these. And these, I forget how many yards are on these. This is going to last a long time. Then we have some green bows. Little satin green bow. Some fun little extras. We'll save those. Holly mailers. I believe there was 40, don't quote me on this, I'll put it on the screen. I did these actually all by myself, and I did them all within a day, so at the end I was exhausted. Not physically exhausted, just mentally exhausted from counting so many different poly mailers. So we have, and everybody gets basically the same exact, and you get more than I put on the website. Have green deer. A few, because I wasn't sure if everybody was going to consider this Christmas, but they do match some of the tissue paper really well. The holiday gnomes. The pink, which I think goes really well with the gingerbread. Oh, look at that. Come on. And those are really good quality. Whoever's making these, Happy Pack. Good job, Happy Pack. Again, these have a pink base to them, but with red and white and holly. Merry Christmas. That look like Starbucks cups, I've been told. Some red, white, and green. Mittens. I didn't have very many of these, so I think Jennifer got 2. You might only get 1 or 2. And then some snowmen with mugs of what I'm going to assume are hot chocolate. Those are all of the 10 by 13. Then we had an assortment of larger poly mailers. I think the largest is well, I'll just tell you. This is the 12 by 15.5. And then I included a few for some people. I ordered so many of these, and I don't know what happened. I ordered these probably back in, I'm going to say May. It was before my first surgery. So when they all came, I had just had my surgery. So Bear put them all away. So when I opened them in just a few weeks ago, I was like, I know I ordered more of these. And I contacted the company, and they were like, yeah, you're supposed to have 500 of them. And I only had 200 of them. So you either got all of these, or I included, which I thought were kind of Christmassy. And they have inspirational quotes. These are slightly bigger. I think they're slightly bigger. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, they're like an inch bigger. So you most likely got a bunch of these or all of these. And then Jennifer, like I said, you were the last one. And so you got some of the slightly bigger ones. Also included were, let's see, one of these 3 notepads. This one says Merry Christmas and has lines. This one has candy cane straw, and this one has the snowflake. And most likely you did not get the Merry Christmas. I saved those till the very end, and I don't think anybody got one of these. I think most people got just because, again, I'm assuming if you order these, you celebrate Christmas, but not everybody does. And then either a red or green pen. Put that to the side. And also included were washi tapes, a few extra special stickers. It's going to be a little hard to show them, but like vinyl stickers. I think I remembered to give most people these tiny little clothespins, and then an assortment of what I considered more wintry kind of inspirational cards, and I think there's 30 of each. So this one has penguins that say you are enough, and then the classic you are enough cards. You might have also gotten a few extras because, again, I ran out. So I couldn't even promise that Jennifer got all of the penguins. She might have gotten a few other wintry ones. That's the surprise aspect of it. So that was Jennifer's. Hers will ship tomorrow. I was waiting on the twine. I ordered twine from 2 different places, and I ordered it from, let's do the tissue paper next. I ordered it from Pack and Ship. No, it wasn't that. Paper Mart. Maybe I ordered twine from Paper Mart. And it came, and it was supposed to be all Christmas. I'm doing this wrong. Like all Christmas, all red and white, all green and white, all red, green and white. And they came, and it was red and white, green and white, and blue and white. And I was like, oh, yikes, I just can't do blue and white. So then I ordered from Amazon quickly, and they came, and I ordered 50 of them because I wasn't sure of how many were going to be the blue and white from the other company, because I just opened them and realized it. And so 6 came today, and I have more on the way. But thankfully, nobody has yet ordered the last 6. So those will be here tomorrow. So that is everything, or most likely what you will get. You might like get a different colored little pouch. You might get a little bit of a different, slightly different. But you will get all of those poly mailers, all of those prints of tissue paper, all of the stickers, at least 3 ribbons of, well, definitely 3 rolls of ribbons, including 1 twine, the gift wrap. I'll do this first. And since they are pre-made, other than the twine, which was supposed to come in today, all of it, I ordered all of it at the same time, and only half of it showed up, which is fine. And the rest will come tomorrow. These should ship immediately. So thank you, Jennifer, for allowing me to show your package. Okay, moving on. We are looking at my feedback because it went up and I liked everybody to be happy. And yes, everybody is happy, except 2 people, which I will talk about. But first we are going to look at my orders. I have 8 orders. The first is a pair of Victoria's Secret pajamas. Pajamas do quite well towards Christmas time. And these have, yeah, you can see them, kind of beige and pink and black. I call them cheetah hearts. I never know. Cheetah, leopard, jaguar hearts. And they sold for $13 to Ronnie. Hi, Ronnie. And let's see what we're going to do. I also ordered, this took so long to do, what I would consider a very good sampling of Temu tissue paper. I had previously tried a whole bunch of Amazon tissue paper, and didn't like any of it better than Jilson Roberts, but I noticed that Temu was getting really high reviews on their tissue paper. And let's be honest, most tissue paper is coming from China. So it's, Jilson Roberts does say they make theirs in Italy. So that could be why it's a higher quality, but I use a lot of tissue paper. So I figured that we could try some of the Temu tissue paper. And because this one kind of matches, it has the animal print, we will open this one up. I will probably put the prices for all of these on the screen. This is a 20 by 28 inch, so almost the exact size of Jilson Robert, slightly smaller, but not bad. Now I like a very crisp tissue paper. And this one is not very crisp, although you can tell it does have gold. So it also smells nice. Like really, really nice. Like peonies, like hibiscus, like begonia. I don't know. Add your own flower that smells really, really nice, which I was not expecting. Yeah, this is decent tissue paper. I don't think any of these were like a phenomenal steal compared to Jilson Roberts, which I pay less than 30 cents a sheet for. But as I put them up on the screen, I'll let you decide for yourself because I didn't write it down and I am filming on my phone in my bay window and it is dark out. It is almost 7 o'clock. So yeah. Let's say ribbon. We have lots of ribbon. I'm going to do a solid grosgrain ribbon. One. I think we're going to have to go once around and just make the bow a little bit longer than normal. This looks pretty, this green and gold together. Ronnie is in Kentucky. Oh, it says Lisa. Let me check this. This is an eBay glitch that I know of. Okay, they have the same last name. So I have sent out now 4 packages that people contacted me. 2 people contacted me immediately, like the next day, and said, I've never lived in this state, in this town. This is not at all my address. Can you cancel that? But I couldn't. So I called eBay and they're like, yeah, we've been having this glitch where it just populates somebody else's address. So they immediately refunded the person and I got to keep the money. But somebody in Miami, Florida, which is not even remotely close to the person who ordered the item, gets to keep the item. So this was a known glitch, eBay said. And I wish I would have known that because last month I had a very similar thing happen. And I didn't realize it was a glitch. So it happened yet again this week. So they were like, can you just check? This is literally what eBay said. Can you, when you get an order, can you email the person? Can you contact them through the eBay messaging system and make sure this is their address? And I'm like, you want me to do this with every single person? And they were like, yeah, I think that's probably best until the glitch is. And I'm like, what happens if they don't respond? So then they realized how crazy that would be. eBay. We are going to put it in the pink-ish poinsettia mailer. And we did do a mask. So it's happened 4 times now, and thankfully eBay ate the cost every time, except last month when I didn't realize this was a glitch. I did send both people a label to send it to the correct person, and I just assumed it was my fault because it was right after the hurricane. So I print through eBay. I don't bulk print. I'm sure it'd be easier. You should probably bulk print, but I don't. Okay, 14 ounces. And both people were very nice about it last month. And then this person was sad because it was a discontinued Bath and Body product that she got for, it was under $20, but mine was like $10 less than most people's. I think I even showed it to you in my last film. And it didn't go to her at all. So somebody is just randomly getting this. Okay. So she is in Kentucky and she paid $5.99 shipping and my cost is $6.09. I feel like that is very high. Why is that so high? 8 by 10 by 4. Nope, still $6.09. So that was one of the things I had to contact eBay about. And then somebody received a set of bras, which again, I showed on camera. And they said it had a very large seam on it. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I am so sorry. Please open up a dispute. Make sure you attach. I had so many issues. It was like issue week this week. Well, today I had to call eBay. I've called eBay almost every day this past week. And today's Monday, this past week. You understand what I'm saying. View spelling errors. No, thank you. So they opened up the case. They did not attach a photo. And I said, can you please attach a photo? I just want to see if I should have them sent back or have you keep them. Sometimes this stuff happens. I'm human. I've been doing this for a long time. Oh, you know what I haven't been doing for a long time? I did not yet fix my printer. So we are going to be printing to my regular printer yet again. Okay, actual size, good, landscape, good. Just want to make sure everything is right. This looks like it's cutting something off. I don't think it is. So she said, no, she doesn't have a way to take a photo. And I was like, huh, that's really weird. Do you have a cell phone? Do you have a camera? Blah, blah, blah. So we went back and forth. She said, I can't believe you're calling me a liar. And I was like, I am so sorry. I didn't mean to call you a liar. And I went into her account and she sells bras, her own bras. She doesn't use stock photos. And I was like, I'm sorry if I'm misreading these. Seriously, it took like 25 different back and forth and back and forth. Do you not have a camera at all? I wasn't saying you have to take a picture with a cell phone or a picture with a camera. I was just suggesting ways you could get me a picture. And eBay told me what to say. They require that she send a picture. And she said, no, I take my own eBay photos. And I said, well, with that, like, that was the end of it. I'm like, well, with whatever you take your own eBay photos with, could you please take a photo? She's like, well, I don't know how to do that. And I'm like, oh, just message it through the eBay messaging system. She's like, well, I can't do that. It's not working. And I'm like, this is the weirdest thing. She's like, I'm just going to send them back to you and you could decide. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm paying for the label. And it wasn't that I was being mean at all. So she opens up a case. She never attaches a photo. She opens up a case. She must have called eBay. They sent her a label. I got the bras. They're pristine. They're literally pristine. So I took photos of every which angle, in daylight, in dark light, in natural light, and all of the lights, and attached all of my photos. And it took like, because you can only attach 5 photos. Thank you, Lisa. And so eBay sided with me and closed the case. And I bet you she's really mad about it because she sent me a letter with the bras with not nice wording. Like, not nice wording, calling me a liar and that I should work within the eBay system and some other really nasty things, which of course I took a picture and sent that along to eBay. So eBay is looking in, I reported her, and eBay is looking into her. I would have taken the bras back if I did something, or just attached a photo. I don't understand. Okay, back to orders. But today I had a much better day. Today I woke up, I felt well rested. Bear and I went to the bins. The bins were not very good. The bins for us are about half hour, 40 minutes away. It took about like 35 minutes today. This is a mohair scarf, and I'm keeping it in the bag because it is very itchy. And it is headed to Brianna. Brianna, where do you live? You live in Washington. So let's open up another. This is also Temu. These are all Temu. And this one is black with gold. And also 20 by 28, so a very similar size. It's not very crisp, but this one I feel like would not be see-through because of the coloring, so that's good. And it is really pretty. Yeah, this one's very nice. The other one was also very nice. It was just that the white was slightly see-through. So we got to the bins, and they changed the policy slightly. It's still ready, set, go. Everybody goes to the bin. But people used to just take things out of the bin, put them in their cart, or you weren't really allowed to have carts at the bins. If you've never been to the eBay Goodwill Bins, ours is called the Bargain Barn. We're going to do Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. They roll out, ours does, these giant bins, and probably, I don't know, 5 to 10 at a time, and they make you line up, and literally they say go, and then you go, and you pick through the bins. But prior to today, prior to us going this past time, they allowed you to take whatever you wanted and just like put it in your IKEA bag or in your cart just around the corner. And then you could go through stuff later. This time, they were like, whatever you take out of the bin, you're buying. And I don't know how long they've been doing this, but most people listened, which we were shocked. So it wound up that almost nobody took anything out of the bin, which was kind of nice because they didn't want to. I mean, if you took up something out and there was a big flaw, I'm sure it would have been a big deal. Like Bear accidentally took 2 shoes that didn't match that we had to put back in the bin because we're not buying 2 shoes. They were very similar. This person is getting a We Are Like Seashells Upon a Beach, beautiful and unique. And I'm realizing we'll get them this one. Beautiful and unique, each with its own story to tell. We have butterflies. This one says, stop being so hard on yourself. The world is already hard enough. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. Had a hair on my face there. And a mask. So there weren't too many people at the bins. And there weren't overflowing carts. And usually people kind of line up the carts and go through things and then throw things in the back. Like the back part of the bins. So there weren't really anything in the back part of the bins even. Like that people had went through and thrown back. It's all very odd. So we didn't get much. And I expected to get a lot because I am out of inventory. Like, since my surgery, I have been doing so well that all of my death piles, I have like 5 things that aren't listed. So I really had hoped to get a lot of inventory today. And we wound up with, I think, 2 pairs of shoes. Maybe I'll just show you right after this. It's almost nothing. It's hysterically almost nothing. Okay, so that's 4 ounces. And Brianna is in Washington, told you that. $15, and she paid $5.49 for shipping, and my cost is $4.58. So then we were like, well, now what? Because that was supposed to be our day, and we were there for maybe an hour, maybe. And we were feeling good enough. Bear was feeling a little shady, but I was feeling like we packed to be there all day. We packed our chairs, we packed waters, we packed meds, we packed all of the things you would need to be at the bins. And there was almost nothing in any of the bins they were bringing out. So I was like, okay, yeah, like not a singular piece of clothing was any kind of name or even natural fiber where I would be like, oh, okay, well, this is only Chico's, but it's linen. It was so weird. So we might try to go a different day and see if the same thing happens. But that was kind of my spot. So on the way back, we passed yet another Goodwill. This one is huge, and only the second time I've ever been there. It's in Sarasota. And Bear decided to stay in the car because he gets a little overwhelmed with that size of thrift store. And truly, I mean, it's like a Walmart thrift store. It's huge, it's huge. And the prices are very high priced. And everything is very clean. I will give it to them. And I think I bought 2 things there too. Thank you, Brianna. We shall pause. I shall show you what I got today at 2 thrift stores because it's almost nothing. And then we will continue on with our shipping. Okay, so at the bins, Bear found these. We use these a lot. And the bins was $8. So these were probably like $2 and they looked almost brand new. They're like rug liner, shelf liner. We use them as shelf liner under pots and pans and things like that. So nothing goes slipping because I have a tendency with my hands to drop everything. So not too exciting, not even for eBay. And then this was the other bins bag. I got a wreath hanger for my front door. I don't yet have a wreath for the front door, but the one that was here when we moved in was falling apart. It was like, you know what? I have it. Hold on. You'll get to see it in person. This is the one that was here originally, and it's plastic, and you can like move it up and down, which sounds good, but the plastic is like yellowing and kind of curving. So we got this one, which was about 29 cents today. Stick them in there. Then I got a few, just because I was running out of stuff here. A few package toppers, little vintage clothespins with, I'll put them in our Christmas box there. I found a pair of Tevas that looked like they might bring, I don't know, $25 or so. They're in really good shape too. The little white flecks are just in the rubber. And they are women's size 8.5. And then I was so scared to take anything out once I was like, they're like, if you take it out, it's yours, you're keeping it. And they were like monitoring it. And then the other shoe is a size 43, which is European, and they're made in Portugal. So I knew the name. I didn't know how well they were going to sell, but I did look them up. I probably would have thrown them back, maybe. But they are in really good shape. They're Hammer Schlemmer. And they do look like they'll bring at least $30. and they're black leather. Really nice condition. And that was the bins. Nope, one more thing. There was some high-end makeup, but it looked used slightly. This was the one that didn't look used, and I'll just be using it for myself. It is Clinique Broad Spectrum SPF 15. You won't be able to see, but it does look brand new. And the rest of it, I might have taken a chance on some of it for myself, but used makeup. I could have probably like scraped it off, but I didn't need makeup that badly. So I did pick that up, and that was 15 cents. Okay. Then we stopped at the huge Goodwill, where I could actually look stuff up. And this caught my eye immediately. I don't know, yeah, you'll be able to see the rainbowness, the iridescence of it all. And it is a vase. These were produced from IKEA, by IKEA. Mine does not have the IKEA sticker. I don't know if they were all IKEA. And mine is really, really heavy. Some of them on eBay that didn't have IKEA or the IKEA sticker had a different brand. So I'll have to do, oh, and I paid $4.99. But look how pretty that is. So pretty. And they gave me a piece of bubble wrap. Had a different brand sticker, but mine had no sticker at all. So could be IKEA. But even the IKEA ones do pretty well. I would expect to get about $30 for it. Then, my last item is a mystery pack of items, which open bags will not be sold. $15, $14.99. They did have red stickers for half off. After the bins, I was just like, this store is huge. I could probably be here for 12 hours and not even touch a quarter of the store. So I started to go through dresses, and then I went through shoes, and everything was pretty pricey. I found a pair of loafers by Michael Kors that were in really good shape and really cute. And they were like $19.99, and I might have gotten $40, but then minus, it would have been like $8 I would have made on them, and I just wasn't having any of it. So I went over to Housewares, and they didn't really seem to have a ton. They had a lot of Christmas stuff out, but they did have these bags. So I picked them all out, and the reason I bought this was because I know these do pretty well on eBay. And I looked it up, and they are still doing pretty well. I think they're doing, I think somebody sold one. This one seems to be a complete kit. You can't check in the bag. But it did look to have all of the things. The dry L stain thing, the extra bag. And, oh, it smells good. Of course it does. I won't look it up. I think it sold for like $38 or something. So that is why I picked that up. Then we have just some air freshener that Bear and I will use. And these were brand new. And Glade air freshener used to be $1. I know. Somebody tell me I'm not crazy, but it's now like $2.28, and Febreze is always more expensive than that. So we will use those. Then I got 12 water filter cartridges for Keurig. And it looks like 2 of them have been used. But I haven't looked these up because I figured the dry L thing would pay for everything else. So these are Keurig 2.0. We're going to learn together if I made good, I guess I don't have to put brewing system. Good decisions. Water filter cartridges. this looks to go for about, well, there's 6 of them. This one has 12. And this one's the Keurig brand. So maybe $20, but let's say this one brings $12. I don't know, somewhere in there. Then we got Brita. And there are 4 out of the 5. I will check dates on this stuff, just in case. But even if they're out of date, you can just put them in the collectible or like the advertising section. Brita pitcher replacement filter. Let's see. Oh, I'm going high to low. The highest is $400. And let's go to sold. Sold. And one of these goes for $10, but I have, okay. Here's a pack of 4. They look identical to mine. And they sold for $20. So mine should go for roughly $15 to $20. And the last thing is a brand new thing. Nope, not brand new. Kind of brand new. I don't know if I just opened that or not. Swiffer dry sweeping refills. We used to have a Swiffer. It came with the house. And I think we donated it. I can't imagine these going for that much. But you never know. Swiffer Sweeper Dry Refills. Let's see. This one is 32. Just looking for a box that looks like mine. My box looks older. It's a vintage box, 2011. I don't know if that's actually when they were made or not. Mine says Febreze. This one says Gain, but roughly $15 to $20. But again, mine might be opened. I might have just opened it, so we'll see. Anyway, nothing too thrilling. And that was $14.99 and $4.99 for the IKEA vase. So it was $21.38. Oh, and a Yankee candle thing. Hopefully that's worth $1,000. Let's see what this is worth. This is Yankee Candle Smell and Rub. Oh, it does smell good. Yankee Candle. Has anybody else watched, what did I even watch? Was it a TikTok? Was it Instagram? I don't know, something. The owner of Yankee Candle sold their house or is selling their house. Has anybody else seen the inside of that house? Whoa. Whoa. Pink Sands. What is this even called? Car freshener? Let's put car in there. Doesn't really say what it is. And here is one that sold for $10. I don't know if it's discontinued or whatever, but here's another one that sold for $8.25, $6.65. Yeah, I don't know. I might keep it, might sell it. We'll see. So there's that. That was my big purchase at the bins and then at the giant Goodwill. And I kept thinking, like, what would my mom buy? And they had like giant things, but the giant things were like hundreds of dollars. I was like, this piece of art isn't original. It's not even a lithograph, and it has a giant crack in the glass, and we're asking $40 for it. Goodwill. Anyway, we are moving on. Next up is wad free. This is kind of a system that saves time and will work with your duvet covers and sheets so they don't tangle up. And I sold it for $16.99 minus 20% off. I am running a bit of a sale on some of my items, up to 20% off. Due to the ongoing Canada postal strike, the USPS has suspended all postal exports to Canada. As a result, shipments to Canada cannot be created. I don't ship to Canada, but that's very interesting. So Lauren paid whatever she paid, and she's in New York, and she paid $5.99 for shipping. We will open up the next thing of tissue paper, and I'm going to put you on pause because my husband is home with groceries. Groceries acquired, my husband is home. So we are doing this wad free, and in this tissue paper, open it up. Now, this doesn't have any gold metallic, but it is the larger sheets, and it is what I would consider a pretty print. It is almost a dark green background, like an evergreen black. How did I do that? There we go. Tissue papery, not crisp, but again, pretty decent. Pretty decent. Temu tissue paper companies. Tonight is our trash, so my husband is taking out the trash if you hear anything outside. I think that piece is going to be too tiny. I don't think I have any. Oh, I do have a little bit of green left. Let's see if there's a pin in this one. Be careful, pin. Oh, I don't know if this is going to be enough to go around either. It was green though. We have blue. Oh, we have some pom-poms. Let's do some pom-poms. Lots of pom-poms. On Saturday, I signed up to, where did my scissors go? I signed up to help decorate the clubhouse, and it was a lot of fun. It took us about 2 hours, and we had maybe 15 people helping, some inside, some outside. I decorated the tree, and then we did, oh, this has a pin in it too. Glad I caught that. Decorated the tables, and it looks really pretty. So we will do a sheet mask. This is a sleep mask. We'll do, not that card, that one doesn't match. We'll do you have done enough to be loved. You'd think I'd know my cards even upside down, but I don't. We will do a butterfly card. And next up, did we do the deer yet? I don't remember. We'll do the deer. It's a pretty lightweight package. Every once in a while, my husband and I get real estate listings from where we used to live 10 years ago now. Craziness. in Pennsylvania, and one popped up the other day that we actually called about. It is attached to the post office, and it doesn't make any sense for us to live back up north other than my husband's family is there, and he has aunts and uncles and cousins, and it's a very small town and there's no traffic, but this is 5 ounces. But yeah, it's like below 0 some days in the winter time, which we would hate. And Lauren is in New York, and she paid, how much did you pay for this, Lauren? $16.99, I'm assuming, minus 20%. Did I already say that? Yes, minus 20%. And then for shipping, she paid $5.99. And my cost is $4.47. But we did inquire about it because the post office leases, it's like attached to it. It's such a tiny post office. It's the cutest little town. And I wanted to know how much the post office leased for. Like if we lived in that house, or we were snowbirds or rented that house, how much the post office, because they have a lease at least for 5 years, if not 10. They're hoping for 10 years. They would settle for 5. So, and they're only open from 9 to 11 in the morning. So it's not like there'd be major traffic. I bet you there's days nobody even is at the post office. And it got back to us that it's $500. So every month the post office would give the new homeowner $500, which sounds great, but they're working with oil heat. So they have electric for the hot water tank and oil heat. And oil heat, if you don't know, is very pricey. So we might go back up north to help a friend. I need to hit print. Who could use some help? And we're planning on doing that probably after Christmas, sometime January. And so if it's still available, we must be crazy. We might take a look at it. Again, the only thing that would ever stop us from moving back to that area, because we loved it so much, is the weather. You only have to be up on the roof shoveling snow one time so your roof doesn't collapse to know it is entirely too cold. Thank you, Lauren. My printer is putting little yellow stripes through everything, which means I need to change some ink cartridges, which works well because today, right on time, Amazon delivered my ink cartridges. Thanks, Lauren. Okay, next up is a ring. It is a size 8. Where did I put you? We have a size 8 and a size 9, I believe, of the same ring. Yes. This one is headed to Marta. Hi, Marta. These are, I think these are the last 2. Is this a size 8? Where's my ring sizer? Just because this is fitting me a little big. Yep, size 8. My fingers must have just shrunk. It's going to be almost impossible for you to see it, but it is really pretty. And we will put it in the little turquoise ring box. And big stretch. But how fun would it be to live in a house that's attached to a post office? And not only that, but the post office, I mean, we know everybody in the town. The post office and the front room of the house is 25 by 24 or 24 by 23 or something like that. It's a giant room. It's only 2 bedroom, 1 or 1.5 bathroom. So it's not a giant house. It's just that all of that space is in that front room, which would be very good for eBay. I thrifted in that area for, I don't know, 15 years, so I know it's decent thrifting, or it was 10 years ago. Okay, I am going to Jilson Roberts last year sent me extra wrapping paper, just like crumpled up, but some of it wasn't crumpled. So this box will be perfect. This is a perfect size for these boxes. But I just thought, how fun, since I have been to that post office so many times, and that town still has like under 80 people, and Bear is still related to 99% of them. But the cold, we do love Florida. But as I'm feeling better, I'm like, okay, we traveled because of the hurricane, but we traveled to my sister, and I did really well with that, which was something I would not have been able to do before my surgery. So now we're like, okay, we can't, travel back and forth to crazy places just yet. Cute little package. But every 6 months, we might be able to travel. And what bag are we gonna give you? We will give you the mitten bag, which is way too big of a bag, but that's okay. That's what we have here. So, Marta, you paid $14.99 minus 12% plus $4.99 shipping. And it's 1.5 ounces, so we round up to 2. And this is probably an 8 by 8 by 3. My cost is $4.16. And then we have the identical ring in the next size up. That's easier. And they just happen to sell to 2 different people. I forgot to hit print shipping label again. Print. And change to my regular printer. That'll be on my to-do list tomorrow. Too many thrift stores around here. We've lived in this exact area for about 1.5 years, but a lot of that, Bear was pretty sick, so I didn't get out of the house all of that much. So there's got to be a ton of other thrift stores. I know there's one right down the street that I very much like, but they're only open, it's the Parish Methodist Thrift Store. Their hours are very odd. Okay, they're not open tomorrow. So they are open Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday from 12 to 1. So tomorrow I could list that stuff and the few other pieces I have floating around the house. Thank you, Marta. And then, oh, did they call them?
No, it's ready from the good.
They called them in?
Yes, they called them in. It's there.
Oh, that's fantastic. Take cash with you. Next up, same ring, just a bigger size. So pretty. Wish I had dozens of these. I'm sure I could reverse Google and find the manufacturer, but I'm not going to do that. Nope. that's too big. There we go. A big reach. You know what? You know what? I could put this little box in this bag. Ta-da! I like that even better. And then we can use the rest of this tissue paper. So the other day we were at Walgreens, and Walgreens needs your credit card to pay, obviously, and sometimes they put it in the little like prescription bag, and sometimes they just leave it like under the little flap like you're at the bank, like there's a little, I don't even know what to call it, silver bar. So almost always they put it under the silver bar, but they must have put it in the bag. So she probably told me. And so I take my medicine out, I make sure it's the right count. Sometimes they don't always have that medicine. It needs compounded, it needs whatever it needs. So I take it out, I put it in my purse. I'm like, okay, I drive away, nobody was behind me. And I toss the bag. Let me tell you, this is the second time in my life I have done this, which means my credit card got thrown out. And I didn't even think about it until like the next time I needed the credit card. And I knew where I had thrown it out. I threw it out at Walgreens. There was 0% chance of me getting it back. So I called my credit card company and I said, nobody stole it. I know exactly where I lost it. So anyway, you can just replace the credit card because Hulu, Amazon, everything is on that credit card. And they're like, nope, we have to send you a whole new credit card. So right now we have no credit card. I should have a backup credet card. I bet you I have like a Home Depot credit card somewhere, but so today we needed to make sure we had enough cash to pay in cash. So for the next like week, we're just gonna have to carry around cash like it's like the 60s. So dumb. There we go. And I made Bear call because I was like, I do not want to talk to the credit card people and tell them what stupid thing I did again. So Bear called and he's like, can we just get the same credit card? He didn't even say like I lost it or anything. He's like, is there any way to get a second credit card of the same credit card? He's being like all sly, and they were like, no. And then he's like, well, my wife threw out her credit card for the second time in 5 years. And then he had to explain to them, of course, that what happened, and then they canceled all of our credit cards. So anything that's on our credit card that comes out automatically, I now have to, I mean, our electric bill, our blah, 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 you get it. First world problems here. You would think the first time of me tossing out my credit card would have reminded me, but nope. No, it did not. Thankfully, the bank is right down the road, so that wasn't a hard thing. If we would have lived the post office house, the bank would have been like a half hour away. Also, so would the pharmacy and everything else, because there's nothing except the post office, which is only open for 2 hours a day. I can't believe they're even keeping it open. It was interesting to find out how much they pay, though. Oh, and that included utilities. So like the 500, you don't get 500 plus utilities. It's just 500. And but they're only open for 2 hours. So anyway, thank you, Deborah. Did I say where you were from, Deborah? I don't know that I talked a lot about you, Deborah. I'm so sorry. Next up is, maybe I'll do this one next. This is a Blue Salt by Christian Siriano. Christian Siriano must be one of the hardest working people in the fashion industry. I'm telling you, his name is everywhere. He seems like a great guy too. I found this, I don't even know where I found this. ThreadUp, I don't even remember where I found this. This was one of those items that went missing off of eBay, and then I had to redo photos, but it's a black top and it's like dark black. So my stock photo shows it pink, and then I put black like 4,000 times in the listing. And this is a repeat buyer, so hopefully they realize it's black. All my other photos showed it in black, but you just can't see the details. And this had like a cool draping effect and a cape, and the black just looks like a big piece of sheet. So I don't know how to pronounce this name either. Let's see. I-S-A-K-E pronunciation. How to pronounce, I would say Isak or Isaki? It's not Isaac. Learn how to pronounce it in Estonian. Okay.
Isaka.
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 I don't think I'm saying that right.
Isaka.
Isaka. I've played it so many times, it's like...
Isaka.
I knew that was going to happen.
Isaka.
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 Isaka. Maybe that's how you pronounce your name, maybe not. Also, I recognize you. And I recognize this address. Not your exact address. Interesting. Okay, so let's go on to the next. This is 5 sheets, including the ribbon. I want to make sure it is big enough. I have a feeling some of these are not as big as they say. Oh no, this one looks okay. Yeah. It's not as crisp, but the print is really pretty again. So far, I'm pleasantly surprised. This one doesn't have any gold, but not all of the Jilson Roberts prints do either. Yeah, I very much like this print. Some of these took less than a week to get to me from Temu ordering, and some of these took almost a month. Now, if for some reason it doesn't get to you by the date it says, you do get $5 to spend in their store in Temu. So I have like accumulated, I think like $20 to use. I don't know if it expires. I should probably check that because a lot of things didn't get to me in time. And they do take returns. And one of the items they didn't even make me return, which I was pretty surprised about. It wasn't a very high cost item. Okay. The pom-poms always look like nothing on top of these. We are going to go with the U-Girl 24 karat gold eye patch with proprietary U7 complex. Whoa. And let's choose 2 cards. Oh, I haven't been using the cards that aren't mine. This one says, starting the day off with a positive thought can change my entire mindset. I don't know if that's true. Do you really have control over your very first thought of the day? Usually mine is after a bad nightmare. I have a good many nightmares though. Okay. Will this fit? I think it'll fit in this package. Or sometimes I just wake up and I'm in pain. Not as often. So it'd be nice to control your first thought of the day, I think. Does anybody have the ability to do that? That seems like a superpower. And then usually I'm thirsty, I need to get my teeth brushed immediately, like all of the things. I'm sweaty. There's just, maybe they mean like your first, I don't know what they mean. Doesn't matter. Okay, 15. Though today we had to use the heat slightly. It was 62 when we woke up. It was 37 last night. 37. It was 90 degrees the other day. So they paid $45.49 and then $9.99 for shipping, and my cost is $6.66. So when I woke up, it was about, I think it was about 59 to 61. It was like right around the 60-degree mark. It was pretty cold. And I'm running warm all of the time almost now. Like every hour I'm having hot flashes. I really have to talk to my doctor about that next time I see them. And I'm taking the things, the not prescription meds, but I am trying all of the Amazon suggested things. So I knew Bear would probably be freezing. So I did turn the heat up to 64. And within an hour or two, it was already past that. We were okay, but 37. I told Bear, because we've been talking a lot about the post office, because it's the first building, first house to come on market in that town, because only like 50 people live there, and there's like 15 to 20 houses in so long. Like we signed up to get notifications years ago, and I don't think we've gotten a single one. So when it popped up for both of us, the Zillow ad, we were both like, whoa. And then we realized it was the post office, and of course we know the person who owns the house, of course. Does need a new roof, but there's not been any leaks. And I was like, you should have stood outside last night, because I didn't realize it was that cold, but he did. And then like pretend it's 30 degrees less. And if we did become snowbirds, which we probably won't do, to be fair, but you know how your mind does all of the things. If we were snowbirds, we would want to take advantage of summers there so we didn't freeze, and then we're missing all of our swimming weather here. So like, I don't know. Next item, a lot of scrap, mostly sterling silver. I listed this. Scrap sterling silver, 60 grams. It does weigh more than 60 grams. Bracelets, rings, earrings, scrap, and somebody paid $39.99. And the way I described this, because some of these were marked, some of them weren't marked but tested, and then some of them you just couldn't tell. They're just little bits and pieces. A lot of scrap jewelry, most of which is marked sterling silver. It weighs between, I think it actually weighs even more. I threw in a few more pieces. Where is my scale? Here we go. Now this is going to include the bag, but we'll take a little bit off for the bag. It weighs between 68 and 69 grams. I think that's way more than that. Yeah, it's like 91. I'm guessing about 60 grams are sterling. The rest might be plated. Again, it's really hard to tell sometimes. Most are marked, some are not. Please see photos. I used all 24 photos. The last bracelet shown seems to be sterling, but might not be correctly labeled with the brand. It is a Tiffany bracelet. However, I am 99% sure it is sterling. However, I don't think it's a real Tiffany bracelet. So without saying any of that, I wanted the person to know. So anyway, it sold within a day. I'm thrilled it did. What am I putting this in? I don't have any fun little boxes or bags. We do bubble wrap. Something came in giant bubble wrap today. So I feel like they got a good deal, and the pawn shop, my jeweler no longer takes scrap sterling. And the pawn shop, I'm not thrilled with the pawn shop. The pawn shop I used to use closed down. And the pawn shop not too far from me that I used last time. Well, we'll just say that. I do have to take my scrap gold to the jewelry store though. This one looks really pretty. It doesn't look big. It doesn't need to be big. This is not as big as I thought. And it's very thin, but the print is really pretty. But this one, nope. For something like this, it's going to be wrapped a whole bunch of times anyway. You won't be able to see in. And that's just my test, if you can see see into something or not. It doesn't have to be yours. Pretty enough. I do have red ribbon. Yellow, maybe the yellow would be pretty. I was waiting for my library to get in, well, they had it in, the new book by Jodi, I'm going to pronounce her name wrong, Picoult? She doesn't pronounce it that way. I've been pronouncing it in my head that way, though. Picoult? I forget. I loved her last book, Mad Honey. I love all of her books. They are very hard reads. They're awesome reads on really hard subjects to tackle. They are fiction, but they could be based, and most probably are based in reality, and she does a phenomenal job of writing. So with this book, I think it's like her 19th or 20th book. I saw it came out. I almost purchased it. I think I might have told the story for like $25. I didn't. I put myself on the library list for it, and they called or text or whatever the other day and it was ready. And Bear and I went, and it was Saturday. Have I told the story? I sure hope not. I don't feel like I've done one of these since Saturday. Maybe I have. Anyway, they had a huge, we were there for like an hour before it closed. They had a huge sale on books. As much as a bag could carry for $5. So I got all of these books. I posted on Instagram, but one of the books is signed and numbered, and the last signed and numbered copy sold for $350. So, I mean, mine probably won't do that well, let's be honest. But even if it sells for half of that, I only bought one book for me because we have a library here and then a library there. So I have a lot of books. I also looked for Martha Stewart books because she is having, I mean, Martha Stewart is doing very well right now. signed copies of some of her books are selling for in the thousands, but her magazines do pretty well too. Okay, so 5 ounces. We have one more after this. And then Bear and I will probably watch some TV. Not sure what yet. Last night I fell asleep at whatever we were watching. Okay, so they paid $6.99 for shipping and my cost is $4.62. It was something Chinaman, INC, International Chinaman. And the first few episodes were really good. We were watching like an episode every other night or whatever we could do when I wasn't working. But last night I was just too tired and it got boring. Or I got tired. So I fell asleep. So I told Bear, he was really into it. And I said, if you just want to watch the rest of the season without me, feel free. So he did. He watched another episode after I went to bed, which is good. But now we need a new show. I know a woman from Schitt's Creek. I don't know her real name. Is it Annie? Annie Schitt's Creek. Annie Murphy. She now plays a character that I was really interested in, and I'm not sure what it's called. Kevin Ken, curse word himself. But what is this on? Do I have to subscribe to Disney Plus or something? Kevin Ken F himself. Where do I find it? How do I find it? Watch it on, okay, Netflix, YouTube, Roku, Amazon. Yeah, but these can't all be free, right? Okay, well I have some of these, so that works. My sister has Netflix and we have Amazon and Hulu. And then my mom watches our Hulu. Thank you, Michael. And the last item I took out of the bag to make sure these blue salt pieces tend to attract, not dust, lint. It is the Blue Salt 3. Their sizing is really odd. It just looks like a giant sweater. But I really wanted to make sure every piece of lint. I don't know what it is with this fabric. It washes beautifully. Okay, let's see. Who ordered this? I'm not sure I'm going to pronounce your name right either. Let's see. U-L-L-I. Yuli, I would say. U-L-L-I pronunciation. Never mind. That's clearly not how you pronounce that.
Oli.
Oh, maybe it's Oli.
Oli. Oli. Oli.
Oli? Yuli? Yuli? I don't know. Pretty name. Let's go get some more tissue paper. Let's see what size this is. This is also 20 by 28. Oh, this is really pretty. Oh, I love this print. It's blue and white. It's almost an iridescent white. It's like a watercolor floral. Very pretty. That matches my shirt, kind of. It is thin. Oh, I forgot to put it back in the bag. Well, it's okay. We'll wrap it and then put it in the bag. That's what we'll do. And we have blue ribbon. Not that, actually that matches really well. I was gonna say not the exact shade, but very close to my shirt. Okay, we will do the butterfly card. And let's do, we haven't done Stay Close to People Who Feel Like Sunshine, and that one does have the blue in it. And we will do a sleeping mask and put it back in the bag that's labeled. Everything in my house right now is in bags, labeled, ready to be shipped out, organized. I really needed to go thrifting today. Maybe tomorrow I will write out, I could continue painting the kitchen, or I can start writing out Christmas cards. I will probably do that. This is so weird because I'm doing this backwards. It's weird because I just wrote out Thanksgiving cards. But, I mean by just, it was like 2 weeks ago. But it is the 2nd of December, so if I can write them out and get them out within a week, everybody should get theirs well within a week of the holiday. Okay, let's see. Have we used the gnome? I don't think we've used the gnome. Well, overall, I'm pretty pleased with the Temu tissue paper, depending on the price. Because some of it, I remember thinking, Jilson Robert is just as the same cost. I was gonna say pricey, but tissue paper, it's not that costly. Okay, 13 ounces, and dimensions are 10 by 12 by 3 or something. And they paid $44.39. I have 2 of these exact tops. I didn't list both, so now that this one has sold, I can list the other one because I was just, anyway. They paid $9.99. My cost was $6.66. I know I could have put like inventory 1, inventory 2, but they were the exact. And I didn't want to mess myself up. Print. Oh, and I can definitely fix my printer tomorrow and change my ink. Oh, I've got lots of fun stuff to do tomorrow. Lint roller. Thank you so much, Yuli, Yulai. I don't know. Thank you. I hope you love it. And thank you so much for watching. I'm guessing this is going to be a shorter video, but honestly, I have no idea. I don't know what time I sat down. Time. Take care. You are enough. Thank you for watching. Bye.